estranged from his father. Peter and Chin remained in contact after their divorce, but there was a lot of tension between the two of them, and it seems that their conversations were only about their children. Specifically, about money for their children. Whenever an Elliot-related expense would come around, Chin would contact Peter asking if he would be willing to pay half. This continued for several years until Peter faced a huge financial crisis that consumed entire chapters of Elliot's manifesto. The utter failure that was Peter's first feature film, a documentary titled Oh My God. Elliot describes this film on page 49. My father's career as a commercial director hadn't been as successful as it was a couple years before. He foolishly decided to invest all of his money in his first feature film, a documentary named Oh My God. In the film, he would interview various people about their opinions on religion and God. To make it, he took off to travel all over the world for a couple months. I was hopeful about my father's movie, however. He kept talking about how he will become very rich from it, and I fostered a hope that he would become rich. How naive I was. The movie would only bankrupt him in the future. After the film failed and Peter found himself in financial turmoil, he was no longer willing, or perhaps able, to help Chin pay for Elliot's expenses. Chin sent an email explaining that she was paying for Elliot's college tuition fees and was merely asking Peter to help pay for Elliot's car insurance. And this was the straw that broke the camel's back. Peter, I am writing to you to ask that you make this small contribution towards Elliot's further education by paying for his auto insurance. It will be $310 PM. You can send me a check for $310 payable to Automobile Club of SC. Chin, I would love to help, but I am in a crisis. I can't even write a check right now, and all my credit cards are maxed out. As soon as the situation changes and I start getting money again, I would be delighted to help out. I am doing everything I can to get to that place, so please bear with me. Best, Peter. After explaining that he would be unable to pay, Peter received this message from Chin. It is sad you continue to opt out of Elliot's needs. It is no longer acceptable for Elliot. Fathers provide for their children. They would even borrow, beg, or steal to provide for their kids. To prepare their son ready for life, give him tools to succeed. Elliot is very disappointed with you, and I don't blame him. What I find interesting about this email is that Chin tells Peter that Elliot is disappointed in him. This is one of the many examples where Elliot's parents use him as a pawn in their battle against each other. And I would argue that this was one of the many things that caused the boy mental turmoil. This will be made even more evident in a moment. Peter then responds that Chin only contacts him when she wants money. It's funny how you only communicate with me when you want money. And at this point, Chin ups the emotional manipulation into overdrive. I told Elliot I am done with you. He is done with you, but I will write in response for him to hopefully make this happen for him. He agreed that I should respond. Bye. I'm not a family therapist, so take my opinions with a grain of salt. But for Chin to use Elliot's love for his father as a weapon to emotionally manipulate her ex-husband into spending money, while at the same time convincing her teenage son to completely disregard his father, seems a bit barbaric to me. And if up to this point you've been wondering, Mumkey, why are you showing us these emails? They seem completely irrelevant to understanding Elliot's state of mind. Well, this is why. In my opinion, Elliot being used as an emotional pawn in a cruel game being played between his parents almost certainly contributed to the mental and emotional anguish he felt that was bottled up and eventually exploded on the streets of Isla Vista. Peter immediately recognized the emotional manipulation that Chin was trying to pull, and he responded. Listen, Chin, I am not sure you understand the meaning of crisis. Stop kicking me when I'm down. Right now, I have $55,000 in credit card debt, no money in the bank, defaulting on a $950,000 mortgage. My mother gave me $1,000 for my birthday, and I paid